Be ready. Start. If any dispute or difference of any kind whatsoever shall arise in connection with or arising out of this contract or the execution of work of maintenance of the works thereunder, whether before its commencement or during the progress of works or after the termination, abandonment, or breach of the contract, it shall, in the first instance, be referred for settlement to competent authority, described along with their powers in the contract data above the rank of the engineer. The competent authority shall, within a period of 45 days after being requested in writing by the contractor to do so, convey his decision to the contractor. Such decision in respect of every matter so referred shall, subject to review as hereinafter provided, be final and binding upon the contract. In case the works is already in progress, the contractor shall proceed with the execution of the works, including maintenance thereof, pending receipt of the decision of the competent authority as aforesaid, with all due diligence. From a perusal of Section 7, it is clear that the nature of the dispute between the parties in the instant case is covered by the definition under Section 2D read with Section 2(1). As such, under Section 7, such a dispute has to be statutorily referred to tribunal set up under the MP Act. In our opinion, the 1983 Act and the 1996 Act can be harmonized by holding that the 1983 Act only applies where there is no arbitration clause, but it stands impliedly repealed by the 1996 Act where there is an arbitration clause. We hold accordingly. Hence, the impugned judgment cannot be sustained, and we hold that the application under Section 9 of the 1996 Act was maintainable. It is clear from its long title that the MP Act provides for the establishment of a tribunal to arbitrate in disputes to which the state government or a public undertaking, wholly or substantially owned or controlled by the state government, is a party, and for matters incidental thereto or connected therewith. The structure of the tribunal under the MP Act is also different from the structure of a tribunal under the AC Act 1996. It is clear from Section 4 of the MP Act that the composition of tribunal and their qualification is statutorily provided. The term of office and salaries and allowances are also statutorily provided under Sections 5 and 6 of the MP Act. Section 8 provides for the procedure to be followed by the tribunal on receipt of reference, and Section 9 provides for the constitution of benches and chairman's power of distribution of business. Under Section 16(2) of the MP Act, there is a time limit for giving the award which is absent in AC Act 1996. Section 17A of the MP Act confers inherent power on the arbitral tribunal to make orders as may be necessary for the ends of justice or to prevent abuse of the process of the tribunal. Section 17B also provides for power conferred on the tribunal for correction of clerical or arithmetical mistakes. No such power is given to an arbitral tribunal under AC Act 1996. Section 19 of the MP Act gives High Court the suo motu power of revision. The High Court has also been given the power of revision to be exercised on an application made by an aggrieved party within 3 months of the award. Thank you.